There are evenings when the sky seems to carry the weight of the world. On November 4, 2025, in Louisville, Kentucky, that weight became real. A distant rumble, a roar that tore through the city's routine and forever changed the lives of dozens of families. At 5:15 p.m., on the tarmac of Muhammad Ali International Airport, a UPS cargo plane, a 34-year-old McDonnell Douglas MD-11, prepared for takeoff. On board were 3 seasoned crew members, Captain Richard Wardenberg, First Officer Lee Truitt, and Relief Captain Dana Diamond. Their mission was simple: connect Louisville to Honolulu, carry tons of goods, and, like so many nights before, keep the great wheel of global logistics turning. But that night, routine gave way to catastrophe. As the plane began its takeoff roll, fire erupted along the left wing. Witnesses saw flames racing down the fuselage, and then, with a deafening crash, the left engine tore free, tumbling onto the runway. The aircraft, heavy with nearly 38,000 gallons of fuel, struggled to lift off, barely reaching 475 feet before gravity reclaimed it. The impact was devastating. The plane crashed into the industrial zone along Grade Lane, tearing through warehouses, ripping the roof off a building, and triggering an explosion that lit up the sky. Fire spread for nearly a mile, fueled by jet fuel and the oil tanks of a nearby business, Kentucky Petroleum Recycling. Thick, black smoke rose for miles, and the city was plunged into shock, ordered to shelter in place as the air filled with toxic fumes and feared WLKY. The human toll was heartbreaking. 13 lives lost, including all 3 pilots and a child. Nearly 20 more were injured, some with severe burns, others suffering from smoke inhalation. 9 people remained missing in the wreckage. For hours, firefighters and medics fought to control the blaze, search the ruins, and save whoever they could. At the hospital, the injured had to be decontaminated, so saturated were they with jet fuel. The Guardian. Louisville, the beating heart of American logistics, was paralyzed. The global UPS sorting hub, Worldport, shut down. Hundreds of flights were canceled, thousands of packages left waiting. But beyond logistics, it was an entire city holding its breath, united in grief and solidarity. The investigation began, led by the NTSB and supported by the FBI. The black box was found, miraculously intact despite the inferno. Early findings revealed the plane had spent 6 weeks in maintenance in San Antonio, Texas, just weeks before the crash. A crack and corrosion had been found in the central fuel tank and repaired. Yet, no maintenance had been performed immediately before the fatal flight. The aircraft, one of the oldest in the UPS fleet, was being gradually retired, but was still considered reliable by its pilots. NPR, AP News. Experts drew chilling parallels to a tragedy in 1979, when a similar engine separation caused the deadliest air disaster of its time in Chicago. Is history repeating itself, or was this a tragic chain of circumstances, an invisible flaw, a twist of fate? The answers will come, but not quickly. The investigation may take a year or more, as the causes of such a disaster are never simple. Beyond the facts, there are gestures, glances, silences. Firefighters braving the flames, doctors working tirelessly, neighbors opening their doors to the displaced. Vigils organized by unions, the tears of families, the solidarity of a wounded but unbroken city. Governor Andy Beshear declared a state of emergency, mobilized the National Guard, and promised that no one would face this tragedy alone. And then come the questions, haunting survivors and loved ones. How could such a routine flight become a nightmare? Could anything have prevented it? How do we continue to trust these steel giants that connect our lives, our hopes, our worlds? Tonight, Louisville is healing. The memory of Flight 2976 hangs over the city, a cruel reminder of the fragility of our certainties. But in the darkness, a light remains, The compassion, the courage, the humanity that, in the face of the unexpected, still knows how to come together, to rise, and to hope.